Coming up on this edition of Cedar Falls City News, find out about the community garden, fight your way into shape at the rec center, and learn about the award given to one Cedar Falls veteran. All this and more coming up next. Hello and welcome to this edition of Cedar Falls City News. I'm your anchor Nathan Grieve, and our goal is to keep you up to date with city projects and programs so that you, the citizens of Cedar Falls, are better informed. We'll also have human interest features so you can get to know the people who run your city a little better. Starting off, Cedar Falls Utilities has seen a large benefit after some refinancing. Anton Ryder tells us more.
Cedar Falls Utilities will save $3 million in interest costs after completing a planned refinance of an outstanding electric revenue bond. This is good news if you're one of CFU's 18,000 customers. The bond was initially issued in 2005 and 2007 when interest rates were much higher. They have since reevaluated the bond and brought the interest rate down to 2.38%. which will lead to a savings of $3 million until its maturation date in 2026.
Through this process, our bond rating was raised for Cedar Falls Utilities, which is a great thing. So a higher bond rating means savings when we refinance these bonds. And $3 million of savings is really significant for our customers that they'll achieve over the years with these bonds being refinanced. So it's great news.
Jim Craig, the general manager at Cedar Falls Utilities, says that these savings speak volumes about CFU and its board, who can handle the utility effectively during times of tremendous change. The Cedar Falls Municipal Utility provides electric, water, natural gas, and broadband services to homes and businesses in Cedar Falls. The utilities are owned by the City of Cedar Falls and governed by a citizen board of trustees. For Channel 15 News, I'm Anton Ryder.
Thanks, Anton. We'll have another story about CFU and their planned solar field coming up later on City News. Springtime means planting season to many here in Cedar Falls. However, some people may not have the luxury of owning enough land for a garden. A community garden offers residents a way to have a garden of their own, even if they don't have enough land to do so. The community gardens provide people with a small plot of land to rent out and plant whatever they wish. City News reporter Shelby Gappa has more.
Cedar Falls Community Garden started in 2009 from a partnership with Green Iowa AmeriCorps and a few community members who transformed an area from grass and weeds to a working garden where people can grow vegetables, fruits, and flowers. The land has been owned by FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, since after the floods of 2008 and made it so no structures could be built upon it. The land became 40 plots as a community garden with gardeners both expert and novice signed up to grow their own food. The individuals, families, and civic groups who take part in the garden consume their harvest, give some away to friends and neighbors, or they donate it, which by season end totaled in the hundreds according to the Northeast Iowa Food Bank. That was only after the first year of its existence.
Community gardens is a concept where if people don't have at their home land to grow vegetables or flowers, they can have a public space to do this, where there is full sun, good soil, and a water source. You have people who live in apartment buildings, you have people who live in full shade with big trees, so they're just not able to do this, so it's a public space to grow vegetables.
The plot sizes are 10 by 20 feet with rows in between each plot to allow for easy access to the plot and the ability to bring a wheelbarrow and hoses to work with. The entire 104 plots have been rented at $35 a plot. This fee helps in paying for their sign, water pumps, and the other supplies needed to prepare the garden plots for those who rented them. However, some groups did not have to pay.
Joe Gita had a wonderful idea, who was the other co-coordinator of the gardens. He had a great idea to offer civic groups, church groups, free use of a plot, because often, or most of the time, that all the fruits and vegetables that are grown are donated either to the food bank or to their own to their own charity.
Locally grown food has become a big trend recently, especially with the Blue Zones project that highlights having a high plant-based diet. Many who rented a plot bring their children to show the importance of growing their own food.
As a mother, think of my children. They need to know where food comes from. It does not come from a cellophane wrapped package from the grocery store. It actually grows from soil. So I find that to be crucial. And also, environmentally, I think that growing local is so important because of food miles. So much of our food comes from other countries and it's thousands of miles to get here. This is local grown food.
Thanks, Shelby. To learn more about Cedar Falls Community Gardens and tips on how to make your own garden better, go to cfcommunitygardens.org. CFU launched their solar project on Thursday the 28th. City News reporter Anton Ryder attended the launch event.
On May 28th, Cedar Falls held a launch event for their community solar project. They are launching efforts to build a community-owned solar project to give citizens and businesses an affordable and flexible way to use clean energy.
And our idea here is to build a large solar array in Cedar Falls here at Prairie Lakes Park and have it be a customer and a community project so customers can participate, buy shares of the output from the solar array, and we think it's a really neat project for the community.
Called Simple Solar, the project is a large collection of solar panels. With customer support, CFU will build and maintain the solar panels near Prairie Lakes Park in Cedar Falls.
I think it's going to be a nice mix of both residential customers and business customers that participate in this, and we're going to need everybody. This is one, again, where it's going to take community interest and investment to make this happen. So we're going to be talking to a lot of businesses as well as our outreach to our residential customers.
CFU customers can subscribe to a share of the energy output from the panels through Simple Solar Shares. Shares are planned to cost $399 and payments can be spread into 12 installments.
When the sun is shining bright, you're going to generate a fair amount of solar energy, and that matches nicely with our load needs on really hot peak summer days.
Each share is expected to generate 2.5% of an average home's annual electric usage. Subscribers will receive a monthly CFU bill credit for the electricity generated by the project. This credit will reflect a share of the actual energy output from the Simple Solar project, so it will vary from month to month. CFU will pay the monthly bill credits for 20 years and estimates that a subscription will be paid back in 15 years. If CFU's cost to purchase electricity increases in the future, the solar bill credit will also go up, making the payback time shorter. All CFU electric customers can purchase Simple Solar shares because no rooftop is required. Many people are unable to install their own solar panels because their home doesn't have a southern exposure, or there's too much tree cover. Some customers live in condos or apartments and don't have the option to install their own solar panels.
We started the planning late last year, so we're now in kind of the kickoff phase where we're looking for customers to enroll in the project. And that'll give us an indication of do we have enough customer interest to build it, and how much interest do we have will dictate how large of an array we build.
CFU customers can sign up for shares in June and July. At the end of the sign-up period, CFU will determine if there's enough interest for the project to be built. If the project moves forward, construction will be completed by the middle of 2016. For Channel 15 News, I'm Anton Ryder.
Thanks, Anton. For more information, CFU customers can visit cfu.net/solar or call 319-266-1761. One of Cedar Falls' veterans received a very high honor this week. I was there to get the story. On Sunday, May 24th, just before Veterans Day, World War II veteran Cleon Wood of Cedar Falls was awarded France's Legion of Honor. Cleon, who is now 94, expressed great pride in accepting his award. His pride, however, was not without humility.
I don't know whether I'd get settled down or not. I never expected anything this great. I owe a great gratitude to Sid Morse and Jack Holes and my oldest son Bob for making the arrangements for this ceremony. I couldn't have ever done it all.
I've seen is that they're always very modest. I mean, these people are heroes. I mean, they were ready to die for a country that was not there, but for freedom, for democracy, and that sort of values. But when you talk to them, say, no, I just did my duty, I'm not a hero, but they are heroes.
Cleon was the flight engineer and top gunner of a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. During his time in the service, Cleon flew over 30 missions, with roughly half of them taking him over France. He was there on D-Day as a part of the first bombing offensive.
Well, that was a very interesting. We were assigned an area to drop bombs on. And so I flew down over the English Channel, and it was a wonderful sight to see all these landing craft circling around, waiting to unload their troops on the Omaha Beach and the other beaches. And so that was the very beginning of the start of the liberating Europe.
It was for this role in liberating France that Cleon was eligible to receive the Legion of Honor. Cleon's award is the highest honor that is given by the French government, who have been making strides to give recognition to the soldiers who helped free the French people from Nazi Germany.
There are still many heroes, many American heroes from World War II, and we want to honor as many as we can of them because they deserve it.
I had an opportunity to speak with French Consul General Vincent Floriani, who said how grateful he, as well as the rest of the nation, are for the assistance they received in World War II.
70 years ago, when he was in his 20s, early 20s, he went to France ready to die to liberate France and Western Europe. Because when you read on paper what they have done, it's completely different when you meet them in person. Meeting a real person is moving when it's on paper. I mean, it's something on paper, but in real life is really moving. Yes, I'm moved when I see these people, and especially their attitude. They are very modest. They're not boasting, you know, about what they have done. They just say, I've done my duty, and I think it's wonderful.
I also spoke with Cleon himself, who was very excited to be recognized in such a manner.
It's very rewarding to know that there was a country that honored veterans for helping to be liberated from the Nazis. And it's a very esteemed. I was born and raised here in Cedar Falls, and I think it's a great honor. And I hope that I'm leaving someday, leaving Cedar Falls as a hometown hero.
It's very exciting to see such a high honor being given to someone right here in Cedar Falls. Anton Ryder tells us about an exciting new possibility for downtown Cedar Falls.
Having completed a survey of historically significant buildings, preservationists are poised to create a historic district in downtown Cedar Falls. The potential district encompasses most of the commercial buildings along Main Street from 1st Street to south of 4th Street, with a couple of blocks east and west being included as well. If the district gains recognition from the National Register of Historic Places, some of the buildings will have the opportunity for grants and historic tax credits for renovations. Surveyors looked at 110 buildings downtown for historic features, and of these, 46 were identified as historically significant. Of those 46 buildings identified, 4 have already made their way onto the Register of Historic Places. Those buildings are the Black Hawk Hotel, the Oster Regent Theater, the Soho Building, and the Oddfellows Building. Having identified the district, the next step is to submit a nomination to the National Register of Historic Places, which can take up to a year or more. After it is approved by the Register, it must move to the City Council for final approval. For Channel 15 News, I'm Anton Ryder.
We'll be sure to keep you updated with the latest on the progress of downtown Cedar Falls as this story develops. Next, let's take a look at some of the events coming up in the Cedar Valley, as well as a few special announcements. First, a reminder that yard waste collection will continue through the month of June at a $10 rate. For more information, contact the Cedar Falls Public Works Department at 319-272-8629. The Cedar Falls Farmers Market provides customers with local goods, including fruits and produce, baked goods, meats, craft work, and much, much more. The Farmers Market will take place every Saturday through October. Grab a bike and head to the corner of 4th and Main every Wednesday at 6 p.m. to take place in Wednesday on Wheels. With road and trail rides to choose from, there's room for everyone. Just make sure to bring your helmet and lights. To serve the community with musical performances, help advance the musical interest of band members, and preserve a rich musical heritage is the mission statement of the Cedar Falls Municipal Band. And on Tuesdays in June and July, you can join them for an evening of good music from the bandshell in Overman Park. Children in kindergarten through 5th grade can design an art piece to be displayed during the Cedar Falls Ragbri overnight stop on July 22nd. One winner will advance to the state level to compete for a $350 grand prize. Entries will be accepted through June 8th, with a winner being chosen on June 10th. An entry can be a drawing, painting, or sculpture no larger than 11 by 14 inches. The art must incorporate this year's It's All Downhill From Here theme. All contestants will have their entry displayed somewhere in Cedar Falls. Entries can be mailed or delivered in person to the Cedar Falls Tourism and Visitors Bureau at 6510 Hudson Road in Cedar Falls. Be sure to keep an eye on our announcements each week for an updated list of what to expect next. Here in Cedar Falls, there are many opportunities to keep your kids busy this summer. If your children long for the limelight or would like just to be on stage, you may consider sending them to the Oster Regent Theater Children's Camp. City News reporter Shelby Gappa has more.
The Oster Regent Theater is hosting 2 new camps for some summer fun. This is the 3rd year for the week-long summer theater camps for kids. This year, there will be 2 options. The Adventures of Geronimo and Thea Stilton, which will be from June 8th through the 12th, and How the First Blackbird Came to Ireland, from July 28th through the 31st. Both will run Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Oster Regent. Each week ends with a performance on stage at this historic theater. The second camp, How the First Blackbird Came to Ireland, is in conjunction with the Iowa Irish Fest in Waterloo. The children who take part in this camp will be featured in a live performance on the cultural stage at Irish Fest. These camps are open to children entering 1st through 7th grade. Cost is $135 per week. There is a sibling referral and dual enrollment 10% discount available. Campers get to take part in all parts of the production, including story and script development, character creations, costumes, props, and sets. Call 610-5711 to register or for further information.
Thanks, Shelby. You can also email starngt@hotmail.com to register or for further information about these camps. Since 2014, Fighter Body Fitness has been available at the Cedar Falls Rec Center. I learned a little more about just what makes Fighter Body Fitness so effective. Since 2014, Cedar Falls Rec Center visitors have had the opportunity to try out a very new workout regimen, Fighter Body Fitness. Fighter Body Fitness started in Waterloo in 2011 and has grown quickly since then. I spoke with Michael Powell, who helped create and run Fighter Body Fitness.
You would say that fitness and wellness has been kind of a major part of my life since I was a child. So, we started from scratch, and now in Waterloo, we're, I would say, the premier fitness institution in Waterloo, and quickly through the Cedar Falls Rec and with all the resources that are available here, we're going to be the same, I think, in Cedar Falls.
One thing that Michael stressed is that anyone can take part in the workouts.
I can't emphasize that enough. There's so many people that unfortunately look at our name, Fighter Body Fitness, and think, oh, well, I could never do that. Every person we've ever had come in has been very, very pleasantly surprised. Our trainers are definitely, they are capable, and our program was built so that it is adaptable to everybody's degree of fitness. Doesn't matter if you've been on the couch for 5 years, never worked out a day in your life, or are a superior athlete coming into our room, we can give you exactly what you want. probably one of the best things about Fighter Body is we built the program or the platform so that we could have somebody that's battling obesity by maybe 200 pounds, and we can have, and we've had it, literally a pro athlete on the other side of the room. They're both getting a great workout, and we're able to adapt our workouts so that everybody can get the most out of it.
Even though each workout will be different from the last, I asked Michael to take me through an average workout session.
I mean, we work out very much, I would say, similar to a modern day athlete. When you look at the workouts, they're an hour long, and a lot of times you'll start out with cardio. With cardio, we ingrain a lot of kickboxing. Good thing is, pretty much all of our instructors have quite a background in kickboxing or MMA fighting, coupled with their physical or exercise science degrees. So lots of experience, a very well-rounded experience. So you might get some kickboxing in, and it's very realistic kickboxing. We use a lot of different tools such as tie pads, mitts, bags, but this is something everybody can do. I would say the biggest difference with Fighter Body, when we have people coming into our program that have done numerous or various programs in the Cedar Valley, there's probably the one statement that always comes to mind, and that's variety. The fact that we offer so much variety in our program with kickboxing, plyos, balls, ropes. I mean, I could go on and on. No two workouts are ever the same. It's not just a bunch of people coming together, throwing some weights around or anything like that. Everything is very well thought out by the day, by the week, and by the 8-week period. So we include different things such as a lot of stabilizer engagements. We have weeks where we focus on strictly heavy lifting. We have weeks that are very much endurance based. So we're trying to build not only a strong body, but a durable body, and a body that's capable of very long terms of endurance as far as muscular and cardiovasculars. We are definitely a whole body type program from both a strength and a cardiovascular perspective. Second half is going to be more driven by the weight training. So where we're using bands, we're using dumbbells, body weights, and some various other things. So,
in the short time that Fighter Body Fitness has been active, it's already gained a following around town.
And as we went along over the last 4 years, we've brought on some incredible trainers, some of the best trainers in the Waterloo, Cedar Falls area. So it's just grown and become better and better.
For anyone who may be interested in Fighter Body Fitness, Michael has this message.
We kind of put our money where our mouth is with Fighter Body Fitness. We pride ourselves on the fact that we offer a free week of classes for anybody coming in, no obligations, because we want to make sure that it's something that they're going to enjoy, that it's something that they see fitting into their goals and what they want to accomplish out of their exercise regimens. So come on in for a free week, give it a try, and under no obligation. And I will say that most people that do stay with us for a very long time. We leave no muscle behind.
If you'd like to sign up for Fighter Body Fitness, or if you would like even more information about rules or what to expect, visit their website at fighterbodyfitness.com. And that's all for this edition of Cedar Falls City News. I'm your anchor, Nathan Grieve, and thank you, Cedar Falls, for watching.